And we are live. How's
Hi.
it going, Lynn?
Hey, how's it, everyone?
Long time no see.
Um, yes, welcome to our second episode of the HUOA's Yuntaku Live series. We're really excited to be here again today. We have a wonderful guest with us, and I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Lynn Miyahira. I'm this year's president of the Hawaii United Okinawa Association. Next to me,
How's it going, everybody? David Jones. I'm one of the vice presidents for HUOA, working alongside with Lynn. So very excited to be here with you guys tonight.
yes. So I wanted to just go why we're doing this. Of course, COVID-19 has really changed our lives drastically in the past month or so, over little less than 2 months. Our lives have changed drastically. And so we really wanted to make sure that we still bring a lot of joy to our Okinawan community. And a lot of that is through music. Of course, we've seen other people online doing live shows. And so with the help of DJ here, figured out how to do this online, did a few practice runs. And then for many of you, you joined us last week with Kenton Odo sensei, ne? And wasn't that great, DJ?
It was a lot of fun. It was a little nerve-wracking for I think all of us because it was our first one. We never done a live show on the internet. Wasn't sure how it was going to work out, but pleasantly surprised how it worked out. It's very simple to do, and man, what a blast with Kenton Sensei.
Yeah,
His family.
And his family too, right? That was great. I think DJ, you said we reached the post after during the live performance, and then it gets saved to our Facebook page, and that was we
reached 11,620 people reached, and 3,700 engagements, which I don't 100% know what engagements mean, but then it says we had a total of 5,800 viewers that viewed not only during the show but then after, because you can view this entire show afterwards, and so that's nuts.
Yes, so I just want to say thank you, all of you. We see you guys commenting. Once again, can you tell us where you're from, where you're watching from? We'd love to hear where everyone's coming from. I see Colin again here from joining us from Yomikan. I see other people from all over the place. So okay, so here we go.
Last week we had people from all over the place. Of course, many from here, all over different islands. We had people from Seattle, Los Angeles, New York, one from Montana, and then we had a lot of people from Okinawa tuning in at the same time, because it's about 2 o'clock there right now during the day, and then a lot of people from Brazil and Argentina. So thank you guys and welcome.
Nice. We got San Jose watching from the Lazy Boy. We got Keith Nakaganeku. We got Kaniohe in the house. Aloha from California.
Shinka in the house. Brianne.
We got a lot of Kaniohe today. So both Brandon and I.
Takara, Jun Nakama Sensei from Aea. Kurt Ginoza. Kurt, when are we going to go running?
Yuntaku from Oregon. Jackie Toma from Papahulu. All right. So keep them coming, guys.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Feel free to comment throughout the show, please.
Okay. So, a lot of times, a lot of our businesses are struggling during this time. And things like, CTV's Keep Hawaii Cooking program, that was great. And a lot of our local restaurants are really struggling. So today, we wanted to, we have a lot of our Okinawan favorites, I would say. So we are looking at some restaurants. Yeah, DJ, didn't you just go to one today?
I actually went to our mother-in-law. She just did a drive-by drop-off, but she dropped off and picked us up dinner for the family from Utage restaurant.
Yes, very good.
Super good. I had my shoyu pork. And it's big too. It's actually very big. You get a big container of shoyu pork with rice and tsukemono, and so it's really delicious. So thank you very much, Utage.
Yeah, and I had my I bought a bunch of stuff from Masa and Joyce Okazuya the other day. It's in Kaniohe. Okay, so it's like my favorite place in the world. But I used to work there too in school. So all kinds of good Okinawan food there, but the okazu is very, very good. So, oh yeah, Otage has their Facebook page and everything. Yeah.
And so one of the, we've been finding, so a lot of people are posting their menus online on Facebook, trying to reach out on social media to talk about some of their takeout menus. So, going to like the Utage on Facebook, you just go type in Utage restaurant and lounge and, press like, and, you'll be tuned in. They'll send you links every once in a while when they update with new pictures, new menus, and so forth. But you can also call them in. And when you go to their website, which is this one over here, utagehawaii.com, they have, and because I know this because I just used it like an hour ago, they have a menu, and look at the takeout menu over
wow, here. Nice.
And they have a really nice takeout menu. So it's a good way to order food while we stay home. Oh, my internet is really slow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, of course, we're all here because today's guest is actually a really special, good friend of ours, Brandon Ng. And let's want to bring on Brandon and see where he's at. Let's see.
Yeah, hold on. And just a quick intro. He's our current Young Okinawans of Hawaii club president. Yeah, me too. He's a good friend of mine as well, too. Good friend of ours. He's a musician. He's very talented. He plays the guitar, sanshin. He sings. He creates music. He's a Uchinaguchi. He's very proficient in Uchinaguchi or Shimakutuba practitioner, and he teaches Uchinaguchi here in Hawaii as well too. And so let's see what he's doing.
Bring him on.
It's a good morning. Agaitida, that's a rising sun. It's gonna be a good day. Hashibana, let's have some fun. And when the sun is going down, Sagaitida, soon there will be no more sunlight. Nakurasai minya, it's already dark. But Hiruyai minya, it's such a nice night. Hi, everybody.
What's going on, Brandon?
Yay.
Good to see you, man.
How you been?
Good. I mean, as good as can be.
Yeah.
It's time.
I hear Amy in the background.
Yeah, she's in the back. She's about to go down. She didn't take her nap today.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about, you have actually a pretty extensive, I would say, musical journey, and especially, and can you tell us a little bit more about that song that you were singing?
Oh, okay. Well, this song was the most recent of my Let's Sing Uchinaguchi series that I've actually started back in 2011, I think. Yeah, it's only the 5th song in the series, even though I started it like almost 10 years ago. But yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. Yeah, this was the first one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are the characters from, actually not some of those. You see the pig, the wagwa, the pig, the hija, the goat, and the kijimura. Those are actually from. They came in the third part of the series, but kind of the reason I started this. So those of you that don't know, I lived in Okinawa from 2009 to 2014. The first year I was doing a study program, But after that, I started teaching English at elementary schools. And one thing that kind of did surprise me and kind of shocked me was that, a lot of people most people didn't use Okinawan language anymore. And especially the kids. So I was in the elementary schools, but especially the kids, they pretty much knew basically nothing of their own language, not even how to say thank you in their own language, right? So, I talked to other teachers at the school, the native Okinawan, I guess you call them teachers, and they would, they agreed with me that it would be so nice to have more Okinawan culture, language in the curriculum, but they always also said that there's no time for it in the curriculum because it's pretty strictly controlled by the central government, right? The education system. So, I thought, well, it would be kind of cool if I could figure out a way to get Okinawan language in the English class because, there was supposed to be a lot more collaboration between me and the other teachers, but honestly, they kind of let me do what I wanted.
That's my experience too, especially in elementary school, right? Yeah.
So that was an idea that I had for a while, and then one day I kind of thought, oh, what if I make a song that could incorporate just a few words of the Okinawan language in to a song that also uses English in it, and then that would be the right, kind of beat the system, get into the English class, and kind of reintroduce these kids to their own language. So that's how it really started. And then of course there's animations for those songs now. Background about that, I have, when I was my first year in Okinawa, when I was studying, I met other Okinawans from around the world, including from South America. And one guy in particular on the same program as me, he was at the same university also, but he was doing more kind of like graphic, digital design, animation kind of stuff. So he had already left Okinawa, but we stayed in touch. And then I asked him if he could help me out making animation for this song. So he agreed, but he told me that his animations are kind of, he likes to draw more kind of darker image kind of stuff. So he said, if you want to do stuff, I'm going to ask my other friend to illustrate it, and then I'll set it to motion. So he asked his other friend, also Okinawan from Brazil. So we had this kind of, this trio of Okinawans around the world, because he actually went to Germany to study more. So he was in Germany, she was in Brazil, I was in Okinawa at the time. But that's how it all came together. So.
Truly worldwide Uchinanchu.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
You guys how many years since you started this?
I guess, almost 10 years, at least 9 for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So thanks to the internet, thanks to technology, it's people from around the world can see it, and I think it has been seen around the world. So that's exciting for me, humbling too.
I feel like we could see this as like a series in here in Okinawa, a cartoon series. That would be awesome, actually, if you can do that.
That would be fun.
Get everybody to learn and get excited about Uchinaguchi.
Yeah,
which we need.
Yeah. Because again, I would assume it's maybe there's a little bit more efforts now, but when I left Okinawa, it was still very kind of kept on the side. I think a lot of people saw it as just the old people's language. There's no need for it anymore. But for me, that really kind of gives us our identity, is to have the language, right? So.
Very good. Yeah, it's yeah, I experienced something very similar too when I was in Okinawa, and I wish I had learned how to speak it more. I picked up words right here and there, but I never properly learned how to create sentences and actually speak it, like a normal person. So I wish I had done that more when I was living there. But like you said, it is hard sometimes. But there are classes, I know that there are efforts on the ground in Okinawa, and that makes me happy. So very good.
Hey Brandon, aren't you doing? So don't you have a class as well too that you teach?
Yeah.
Here in Hawaii.
I do. Well, we were doing a couple times a month at Jikoen. We would meet in the preschool, but with Ukwan Shinkabudan, I had been teaching their the Shima Kutuba classes, as we call them. But again, even though we say Shimakutoba, the one that I'm most familiar with is Uchinaguchi.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we have, we're in this situation, we've actually been doing online things with Zoom.
Oh, cool.
Actually, every week, Ukwanchin Kabadan has been doing cultural, almost like workshops, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really interesting. You meet a lot of people from around the world too have been coming to join us. From, of course, from Hawaii, from Okinawa, from the continental U.S., from South America, and UK even. So it's really neat to meet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it had to have been like the middle, like early in the morning, huh, for those guys.
Or some of them, no, they stay up that late or they wake up that early.
That's awesome. That's dedication.
Yeah.
Very cool. Just to be clear for people, you mentioned Shimakutuba and the difference between Uchinaguchi. So Uchinaguchi is the main island, yeah? Main island, the language from the Okinawa Honto. And then, but Shimakutuba includes, Yaeyama, Miyako, all the different.
Right. Yeah, so there's actually, if you didn't know, there's actually 6 officially recognized Ryukyuan languages. Right. Yeah. And they're all considered endangered or very endangered. Yeah. So, by calling it Shimakutuba, we're kind of recognizing that there are other languages.
Yeah. So there are 6. I remember going to Ishigaki and completely, it's a totally different language. Miyako, it's a totally different language. I mean, there are pronunciations in there that I'd never heard before. They're not even, I mean, I was shocked. I thought it would be a little bit similar, but no, they're very different languages. So, yeah.
It's amazing because the islands are so close together.
Yeah, you wonder, yeah. Okay. Well, so I'm sure a lot of people want to hear more music from you.
All right. So I actually do have my Sanshin here with me tonight too.
Very good.
I wanted to kind of emphasize that, even though I try to take the language and kind of put it in a modern context, I guess, I still am very kind of rooted in the traditional, the traditions of the culture, including the performing arts. So I'm gonna play actually 2 versions of the same song. Okay. There they went. But, so 2 versions of a song called Ichibigwa. Now this is a traditional Okinawan folk song, and you hear it a lot with Asa groups for some reason. But when you say Ichubi is, a lot of people translate it as strawberry. Even when they translate it to Japanese, they say Ichigo. But from what I understand, it's not exactly a strawberry. Way back when Okinawa didn't have strawberries. I believe now they have a big farm up north in Nago, I think. You can take the family, go pick strawberries, go on a date, strawberry picking. But this is Ichibigwa. It is a type of berry. And this song is kind of a love song, actually. And again, from what I understand, the Ichibi is kind of a metaphor for the lover. So this person says, "Oh, I love this strawberry so much. I'm gonna go out, pick some strawberries." And they, in the second verse, they're kind of hiding. They say they're hiding, and what should I do now? So it's actually kind of a confusing song if you try to look at the translation. But this is Ichibigo. I'm gonna play just the first 2 verses, and then I'm gonna play it on my guitar, and I'll explain how I'm changing it up here. Ichubigo ni furiti, jachi ni mura kayuti, kayuhibo sa, china no banjo sa, oya ga chon, kanashi ga chon. Ichubi ga yanajichi, ashina mani kayuti, ababa shinobonchi, mehoro kayuti sa, shubaran sa, muruido sogaya. Okay, so again, that's Ichibiwa. And I'm going to play it on my guitar now. And something that I like to do with Okinawan folk songs is so the neat thing about Okinawan poetry, traditional Okinawan poetry, is that it's based on stanzas of 4 lines. Okay, and kind of Western music, especially modern Western music, is also based in patterns of 4. So a lot of times you can take these poems, these traditional Okinawan poems, and you can put them to different melodies within other Okinawan songs, but you can also interchange them with Western melodies too sometimes. So this is Ichubigwa, and I like to put this to the tune of a song called Sweet Pea by one of my favorite songwriters, Amos Lee. Okay. So it sounds like this. 一尾ワニフリティジャチミムラカユティカユティカユリブサチナのバンジュ一尾ワヤナジチアシナマディカユティアババシのボンチベユルカユティUmuhiati karaya kayuti adana yumi Tirasa si ojo no asidong hati Ichubi bani kuriti Jachimi mura kayuti Sa umuya ga chon kanashi ga Umuya ga chon kanashi ga Umuya ga chon kanashi ga chon Thank you. So that was Ichubigwa in its traditional form and in its sweet pea form.
Awesome. Yay!
Ooh, nice, Brandon.
I was over here talking by myself. I love that version of that song that you sing. Oh, man. Just so good. So good.
And since we're both, Brandon, since you and I were both young Okinawans, I'm missing our practices, man. And when I heard that Ichubigwa.
Yeah.
I know. As soon as you hear it, right? It's like instant Asa.
Yeah,
Dancing, man. I may have forgotten already.
I kind of worry about that too myself.
Hey, quick question. So I'm looking at some of the questions from our viewers. Yeah. So Ihiyama asked, how do you find out when these workshops are held?
Oh, I'm assuming for Ukwanshin?
Yeah.
So if you do use social media, if you follow them on Facebook, if you look up Ukwanshin Kabudan, you will find their Facebook page. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, every week they share upcoming events that they're doing. So that's probably the easiest way. If you do send them a private message, give them your email, they can put you on their email list too, and they'll send you information every time.
And then, so I think their next event is shown on the screen right here. They're doing they call it Ukwanshin Umanchu Suruti Online. And their next topic is going to be Shimanchu values and applying it today. So it's going to be Monday, right?
That was yesterday's one.
That was Monday.
Yeah. So the next one's going to be Friday, this Friday.
Oh, got it.
On the top there. But the next one is going to be more about the experiences of Keith Shinshi and Norman Shinshi, both both local Nomura Ryu sensei who, they're going to be doing a presentation on their experience growing up playing Sanshin, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, just in case, I'm typing this up so I can add it so you guys can see. In case you don't know how to spell it, this is how you spell it on the screen on the bottom left.
Yeah, some people get confused with Sanshin Kabudan.
Okay. And then we also had another question from a guest. Emma wants to see Amy.
Maybe later. She's supposed to be sleeping already. Yeah.
She's still awake. I mean, I don't think she'll be sleeping while this is going on anyway.
Yeah.
But
maybe later. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we can bring it back here.
Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Brandon has a daughter. How old is she now?
She is 2, little more than 2.
Yeah. So, thank you so much.
So cute.
Bringing us into your home. Also wanted to ask you more about Yo. You mentioned the ASA practices and all of that, and just to ask you a little bit more about as a leader of Yo, kind of your experience through that. And
well, it's definitely hard. We actually decided ahead of the official lockdown to start canceling practices. So that was a really tough decision because those of us who do come out for those practices and stuff, it's a chance for us to see our friends every week, right? It's an excuse to meet up, and sometimes some of them will go out to eat after. So definitely a tough decision to make, and a difficult experience.
Yep, I know. It's so those of you who hadn't heard, I was looking on the news today. I've heard our stay-at-home orders are probably going to be extended to May 31st. So a little bit worried about what that's going to do to all of our summer events, but just wanted to let everyone else know to our children's day camp we had to also cancel this year. It's just too usually that's the first week in June, so that there's no way we were going to be able to get especially students, right, when you're working with children, and we don't know when we don't know when the schools are going back, so a lot of uncertainty this year. And I think that's part of what's difficult for a lot of people this year is just all the uncertainty, right? We don't know what's happening June, July, August, September, October, even, but I think that's why we're just going to have to, as a community, be flexible, right? And so we'll see what events do kind of end up happening later on in the year, but we are looking seriously at a lot of our own HUOA events that are coming up this summer. So knowing that, okay, now it's May 31st, right? So kind of difficult. June is just a question mark, right? And then who knows about July and August.
Right. Yeah. So I guess for us, looking to summertime, that's Bondan season, of course. So
exactly.
A lot of worry, a lot of that those will get canceled too.
Yeah. So. Well, just wanted to let everyone know on the community. Yeah, we'll try and be. Facebook is another great way of getting information out quickly. So, and we'll post it on our website as well too, as we get more information about what events have. We had to, unfortunately, our events that were all happening in May got canceled a while ago. We made that decision. Our golf tournament also we're postponing till next year. And I just wanted to say thank you to Brandon because Brandon's wife Karo is our HUOA. She's a hardworking staff member. I bother her all the time. She's wonderful, and she's actually the one doing the updates on the website. So thank you. Shout out to Karo. Thank you, Karo. I know you may be listening upstairs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we're thankful for your whole family. Yeah.
Oh, again, thank you for having us.
Yeah, but just because we're social distancing, doesn't mean we gotta really not socialize, right? So this is why this is a great format. A lot of us are doing, even amongst our friends, we're doing Zoom meetings, right? Zoom parties and Zoom meetings, and that's a lot of fun. And even though we're not physically there, it brings a lot of joy to me. So
we've been learning more about each other because we have to be at home, right? So everybody who is working from home and has children at home, I salute you, because man, that is tough. I salute you. Holy wow! It's tough work, and I know a lot of people are gonna come out of this. It's nice that we actually get to spend a lot of time with our families. That's actually a silver lining, right? So.
John Itomura, the executive director for HUOA, said Brandon's wife Karo is working hard putting the upcoming Uchinanshu newsletter together. So you're still going to continue to get your newsletters in the mail. And a talented family. Can't wait for Amy to join in all the festivities.
I'm sure she's going to be great. She's got two very talented parents.
She has her foot in the door already. I mean, definitely. She loves to dance. She loves music. She likes to sing.
Love it. Nice. Okay. Oh, I think I hear her.
She wants to sing.
Yes,
No
like Yuntaku said, we are physically separated but socially connected. So,
yeah.
And this is part of the new way that we're socially connecting with people through our
I hope
lives.
you guys are enjoying this, because we'd like to continue to do this on a weekly basis. And so, yeah, let us know. Give us your feedback on your comments. What you like, what you don't like about it. Yeah?
Yep.
So Brandon, any? I know I think you have a few more songs to play.
Oh, a little, yeah. You can say a few.
He's like, whoa.
We'll see how time goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schedule. So
I'm sure we could sit here and listen to you all day.
Hey, we don't have a strict timeline, so we can do this all night. I got nothing planned later tonight.
The last person signs up. So I'll do another one for you guys. This one I've been, I guess, kind of recently. Well, you didn't have to run away yet, but
Okay.
I guess one of the more recent ones that I've been working on. I've been trying to put a few songs together lately, but this one in particular, it talks about, was inspired by the indigenous Ryukyuan tradition of Haji Chi, which has been making a kind of a comeback. There's a lot of interest in it, even in Okinawa among young people, it seems. But this song, inspired by that, and also by those old family photos most people probably have somewhere in their house of the first generation that came, and they took that black and white, of course, a black and white photo of the family. So for me, it would be my great grandparents and their children. So kind of thinking about that picture, wondering about Haji Chi, because there's a lot of there are a lot of ideas of where it came from or its significance, but it kind of seems like there's still a lot of debate on it. So the song kind of plays into that, and it also kind of touches on the fact that that the Haji Chi in particular, it was prohibited in 1899 by the Meiji government when after taking over Okinawa, or after Japan took over Okinawa. And when you think about it, even going back to the language, that's kind of the reason that our language is in danger now, right? Because there was, factual history. There was a almost like a campaign to erase our culture, to erase our language, and a lot of people from that generation were raised to believe and conditioned to believe that their culture, language, traditions were not worth perpetuating to the next generation. So, kind of plays on those feelings too. But this is don't really have a title for
Haji Chi is the hand tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Female hand tattoos. There are accounts of some men having them on their wrists. I don't think it was as
on that, like how it was on the hand. So the backs of women's hands were tattooed.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. Yeah, I really don't. I know even less about the male having tattoos, but I have heard that there are accounts of some of them having. So there's a lot of kind of ideas on what they signify, the tattoos. Like, was it when a girl became a woman, or when she got married? Some people say it was to ward off evil spirits. Some people also say that it had to do with the spirituality of Ryukyuan women as well. So yeah. So anyway, so I wanted to share this with you all tonight. I guess for now I'll just call it Haji Chi. See if I remember the words. 二平デビル。
Very good.
Nice.
I forgot to
Nice
mention
song.
that song. I'm kind of speaking to that generation of our great grandparents, and those who, again, who were kind of conditioned to believe that they should be ashamed of their culture, who they are. So in the chorus, I'm saying, you know, what I'm trying to say in Okinawan language. I'm trying to say, you know, don't be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's become something that we're very proud of. Yeah, so that's, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that's a great song. I know.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's like looking at the picture, right, of your great grandparents and great grandparents, and
Right.
I think for most of us, I think all of us are like, you know, same generation, right? Yonsei, are you Yonsei too?
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of us never actually met our great grandparents, right? We never got to meet the Issei. So I think, but just wondering what their lives were like, wondering what, they must have been feeling, is really, really cool. And I love that you wrote that yourself. It gives me chicken skin every time, I hear it. So thank you so much for not only playing music, but writing music too. I think that's so awesome. Yeah.
And just to clarify, I do this to the best of my ability to write in Okinawan language, in our native language. But I also want to acknowledge that even though I've studied a lot, I do share with other people what I do know. I still have a lot to learn myself. There might be people out there who say, you might be saying this wrong, but I just, again, I just want to use the language as I can.
Look, we have a special guest.
Who's that, Amy?
Hello. Hold on.
Oh, you see? Who's that? You want to do a song, Amy? Papi and Amy? Let's see if this one works. Oh. There she goes. But since I'm by myself again now, I'll play another song for you guys. That this one's a well-known Okinawan folk song, and again, going on that idea that you can take Okinawan poetry and put it to Western music. So take a song like Norah Jones' "Don't Know Why," right? I waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. So you take that and you go, Tinsago no hana ya Chimisachi ni sumiti Koya no yoshigoto ya Chihimu ni sumiri. And you could actually even take the original melody. Tinsago no hana ya Chimisachi ni sumiti Oya no yoshigoto ya Chimo ni sumiri. So that's Tinsagu no Hana.
Wow, that was amazing. Oh, I love that version. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Just that, like Corey was saying, that chord progression you're doing. Oh, chicken skin, man. That was awesome. I'm trying to see. Somewhere up there, somebody requested Itaina. Hang on, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking for the comment. I lost it now. But let's see. Chris, do you know Chris Serna?
Oh yeah, I know Chris. Hi Chris.
Itaina. Not sure of spelling. Itaina. Sorry.
Ita.
Oh well, that's okay. Oh my goodness.
Itaina.
I think he means Aitaina.
Oh, Aitaina.
Aitaina.
Hi.
He's an old music buddy of mine from, oh my gosh, I guess over 10 years ago. More than that, when we were at UH together, we used to play music together. Pretty sure that's what you're talking about. We used to play that one by Begin. Yeah, sorry, Chris, I don't remember how to play that one. Been pushed out of my brain by other
decade or so.
Sorry.
Hey, I got another question from a viewer. He's kind of put you on the spot, maybe, but his name is Shane, and he says, "Please explain your shirt."
I was actually just about to. Well, I was looking for a good time to do that. So.
Oh, okay. We can do later if you like.
No. So, as I mentioned, a few generations ago, our ancestors, our relatives, they were, unfortunately, they were told that they should be ashamed of their language and their culture. And so what happens is that the young generation, a lot of them, from what
never learned it.
I've been told, they haven't even learned the history of this, kind of attempt to get rid of their language, their native language and culture. Again, a lot of them probably think that the language is more of just their grandparents, something that they spoke, so it's okay if it doesn't get passed on. But a lot of them don't even know about the Hogen Fuda, which was part of that campaign to eradicate the Okinawan language. So in Okinawa, they hit them at the elementary schools, and that's probably where you're going to get the most success if you're trying to influence the next generation, right? So again, from what I have learned and what I understand is that I have heard first account experiences of this Hogen Fuda, where if you so much as just utter a word in Okinawan language, then you get almost like a dunce cap, right? You get placed this big heavy wooden placard around your neck, and they call it Hogen, which literally translates to dialect.
Dialect, yeah.
So already just by using that word dialect, they're already belittling the language, because it is a language now. It's not a dialect of Japanese. It is its own language. So they're already belittling it, calling it Hogen, and then you're making these kids feel extremely embarrassed for saying it. Just an example. Again, I was told the word aga. It means out, right? It means out. So sometimes kids would get the Hogen Fuda. They just step on their friend's foot. The friend says aga, and they say okay. You spoke Uchinaguchi. Here's a Hogen Fuda, and you can imagine this vicious cycle of kids just being super ashamed of their own language, right? So this shirt here, as you can see, the Hogen Fuda is broken, and it says Katai Busan on the bottom. So this shirt was designed by Norman Kaneshiro for one of the Ukanshin Luchu identity summits, as they call it, a couple years ago. And what it signifies is this, we're taking our language back. We want to speak. Katai Busan basically means I want to speak. And again, we have to understand that it scarred our that generation that grew up with it. But we're kind of like, but we want to continue it. So we're gonna break that Hogen Fuda. It's not gonna bother us because we want to speak our language.
We should be very proud. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon, for living true to that and
it's
really
broken, right?
Yeah.
It's broken. We're not ashamed. It's not anything to be ashamed of. It's something to be very proud of.
Yeah. Exactly.
Happy to say that most kids in Okinawa do say aga still, right? That's
a lot of them.
Probably very often used word. Yeah, aga.
I'm curious if they know that that's Uchinaguchi.
I wonder if they even know, but I think not only words here and there. You'll hear words here and there, but I would love to see more spoken in a natural, fluent way. Yeah. And even for me, right, I only know words here and there. I can only do a greeting or so.
Yeah.
But wanting to speak more, I think, is important. So
absolutely. And thank you for continuing that tradition, teaching, sharing Uchinaguchi here in Hawaii and across the world, actually.
Doing what I can.
Yes. And I think it's up to our generation too, right? To really take it forward.
Yeah.
And we understand our past. We understand that this happened. It's unfortunate. We don't want it to continue. So we need to move forward and make sure that it's we are proud and that it's something to be proud of. And we're not going to be victims anymore. We're not to be very proud of that. Be very proud of our heritage. I don't know if anybody knows me. I'm very proud. We're all very proud of our heritage, and I think this is part of it. Sharing it with other people and others around the world.
Yep. So good point. We want to take it forward. So we got to know the past. We also got to not forget about the past, right?
Right.
Even these kind of stories need to be, or these kind of histories need to be continued. On. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We still got some little bit of time left. Let's see. I'm looking at notes here. Any other song that you wanted to share with us, or something you can?
I can think of a couple more if we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
I got lots and lots of time.
More than more than 2 songs, or should
More than two. More than two.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. So here's a song off of my first album. That sounds so official, right? This is a song called Shima Kutuba, and this kind of encompasses that feeling of holding on to the language to move forward, and also not to forget about the past and what happened. And there's in the chorus, there's a kugani kutuba. There's an Okinawan proverb that says, well, in the song it says Shima kutuba washi ne kunin washiyun, and this basically means if you forget the language of your homeland, then you basically are forgetting your homeland. So a lot of people say that the language is the soul of a culture, and I do believe that. So this kugani kutuba, this Okinawan proverb, it does touch on that idea very well. So this is Shima kutuba. 元から国どやだろうちなたろうの思いやいてなちかさんNada curah saru bumi tu tino ashiga Kori kara nahi oshidati naran saya Shima kutuba washinde Tamawataya Shike no ama kumangkai ukutu Wataya sama jana ironna kotoba do hanasu Moto kara no shima no kotoba wa shite naran sa Kotoba nennai ne wataya shima so aranai ndo Shima kotoba washinde kunin washiyo kuni washine oyan washiyo fafuji aotatoru tao shinararan Uyano yoshigu toya washiraran Shima kutuba washine kunin washiyo kuni washine oyan washiyo watashi maya moto kara kuni do yataro Nihei Debiru, that was Shima Kutuba. I guess I'll keep going here. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. Why don't I'm gonna play another one that this was actually kind of the first idea for a song that I came up with to try to write music all in Uchinaguchi. And again, I know some of the things that I'm saying in the songs, they might not be really perfect Uchinaguchi, but I just wanted to use some of the words that I know, put them down on paper, and again try to bring attention to it, really, because a lot of people don't even realize there's a Okinawan language. There's a native Okinawan language, and again, even on the island of Okinawa, there are two official languages: one for the north part, and then one for the mid and southern part. But within each village, from village to village, no matter how tiny, a lot of them have their own way of saying things too. So you have so many different language, so many different variations within such a small area, and it's really amazing. That it exists, and I really, one of the ideas is really to get the language out, even if people they don't understand it, but they realize, okay, hey, there is an Okinawan language, or there is a Yaeyama language, there is a Miyako language, Amami language, Yonaguni. But sorry, so to backtrack, this is the first song in that idea to write music all in Okinawan language. And those of you who might know a little bit of Okinawan, if you grew up hearing parents or grandparents, this song is called Gachimaya. So if you don't know that word, Gachimaya is a person that likes to eat a lot of food. So I think the fact that there's a word for that in Okinawan tells us that that's part of our culture too, is to eat and be merry, right? So again, you're gonna hear names of Okinawan foods in here. Choya yakai ketaru tochide Gini no atasa Oyatagaya Anshimasa ni sanya Unjuga chikutaru mundo yataru Champuru yatagaya Irichi yatagaya Unika uchina suba yatagaya Yashigayo sachihodo Magisaru pachikadi chando Chazugaya arikami musasa Yashigayo Nachufana tosa Chazugaya arikami musasa Chazugaya Nadeji na to Kame kame Di iratarumu Kamoshigaru mashiasaya Anji kara Unokabashi ndanti Itte masan di wakaindo Chimami tofu yatagaya Uruwakashi yatagaya Unika sata andagi yatagaya Yashigayo sachihodo Magisaru patikadi chando Chazugaya arikami no sasa Yashigayo Nachufana tosa Chazugaya arikami no sasa Chazugaya Nadeji na ton Yasadu masanti shiga Yashiga yashikunaru madi matarigaya Chazugaya arikami no sasa Yashigayo Nachufana tosa ジャズがやり神もささジャズがやなでじなとななななでじなと
Oh, that was awesome.
I love that song.
I love that song.
One of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites. Sorry, I also have to give a little shout out, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, one of our dear Joseph Yoshimasu Kamiya-san said, let's see if I can show it. Can you see it? Oh, it's in the bottom. So he posted where you can actually buy this first album if you enjoy some of Brandon's song, and can also post it over here too. You can get it on looks like iTunes, Google Play. Colin was saying you can get it on Spotify.
I didn't know it was on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Those of you that use Instagram, I found this out kind of way after, but you know when you make Instagram stories, if you can add music to it.
Yeah.
It's in there too, so it's in their bank of songs, so you can use your Instagram stories if you want.
I know you have been playing a lot of that Name That Tune on Instagram lately.
Yeah. Try to do one.
Oh, anyway, wanted to ask you a little bit about how you got kind of interested in Okinawan music in the first place.
Good question. Well, for me, I grew up hearing bits and pieces of Okinawan music because my grandpa played sanshin. But every time we would go to his house, he would be sitting on the floor practicing his koten, right, the classical music. And as soon as we walk in, as soon as he would see us walk into the living room, he would stop playing, he'd put it away, and then we wouldn't hear anymore. So I just hear, snippets of his practicing. My grandma also did Okinawan dance, so he there's one time when she made the cousins and I and my sister, we were still really young, elementary school, and we had to go practice. We didn't even know what we were practicing for. Practice was dance. And when it came time for the performance, we had to make up like cats, and this is dance like this. I came to realize later is my so family reunion, Oshiro family reunion, we all had to learn paranku stuff. So I guess it was always kind of in me somewhere, but as you grow up, you kind of, if the family doesn't push you or force you to be a part of it, sometimes you just kind of go your own way. So later on, sorry, might be kind of long story, but when I got to, I guess, high school, I started playing guitar, and then at some point I thought, well, my grandpa played that thing that had 3 strings and had snakeskin, and I played this guitar, it has 6 strings. Maybe I can try play his sanshin. So I asked him if I could borrow it, but he had basically stopped playing already. So he couldn't even really help me tune it. So I really wasn't able to to learn anything at that time in high school. But then when I got to University of Hawaii, I guess in the later years of my college life, I had some extra time in my schedule, and then I noticed there was an Okinawan ensemble course. That's what it was titled. And so I thought, why don't I take that class? And the teacher there is Norman Konishiro. So I took his class, and then after that semester, I took more private lessons from him. I met other people like Keith Nakakaneko, Eric Wada, who have really kind of shaped who I, the way I think as an Okinawan kind of a native Ryukyuan kind of ideals. But so that really kind of led me to get more into Okinawan music. Eventually, I applied to go to Okinawa for 1 year to further my studies in the Okinawan, the Ryukyuan classical performing arts. Kind of that was the label of the program. Yeah. So the art university, the prefectural art university. So I was, very fortunate to meet people I have met, and to have the opportunities and experiences that I have, through music, Okinawan music, and also through playing guitar, you could say.
Nice. I love that you bring together both worlds. It's the melding of that I think is really unique and special. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I think the family story is probably something that other local Chinanshu can probably relate to. Yeah. I think we've seen it, we've heard it. Maybe my grandma had one. I don't even know if she knew how to play a sanshin, but she had one, right?
Yeah.
She played koto too, I think. But yeah, it's interesting, right? How it's like peripheral in our lives and it's kind of there all the time. And but when you hear Okinawan music right away, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that happens for a lot of us. So there is something very special about it. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave, one of our viewers, Dave Arakawa, he didn't know how to post on Facebook.
He's a relative, right?
He's
said, so what song would you dedicate to your grandpa and grandma?
Oh.
And let's see. I guess apparently both of Dave's kids dance the cat dance with Brandon and Franku.
Yeah. Well, there's another song that I've been working on, and actually I don't want to play it because I haven't been able to work out all the bugs.
Maybe later.
Yeah. But it kind of actually talks about how we want to keep singing, want to keep dancing.
Hey!
It kind of mentions that cat dance song Mayagwa in that song too. So one day when I can play it better, then
that's maybe another Yuntaku. Yeah. Another Yuntaku. Hi, Amy. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, Emma's not here right now.
People. Thank you so much.
Too late for her. She said she didn't have a nap. Amy.
Get to listen to Daddy play and sing.
Yeah. Lucky. Yeah. So we also have a question from Gwen Fujie. How did you meet Karo?
How did I meet Karo?
All the tough questions.
Wow. This is like, yeah. Okay. So
go ahead.
Karo and I were in Okinawa at the same time, we figured out, yeah?
Yeah. So what happened was I went to Okinawa in 2009 and I stayed to 2014. And Karo came to Okinawa in 2012? 2012. On the same program that I was on originally. Of course, we were not at the same time, but because I was there every year and I would meet the new the incoming international students, exchange study abroad students. We would all hang out a lot, and so that's how I met her. And then her program, for some reason her scholarship, she stayed a little bit like half a year longer than the other ones who came at the same time. So when they all went home, for those first couple weeks when people are still moving back and forth, we were kind of like the only ones left from that group. So that's how we got closer.
Yeah, nice
stuff. But the funny thing is, so my wife is from Argentina. Those of you that don't know, Okinawan, born and raised in Argentina, and she actually went to Okinawa. 10 years ago? I don't know. Well, whenever you inland.
That was a long time ago. 2003, 4, 5.
So that was a 3-month program, and then this past holiday season, end of December, we took a family trip to visit her family in Argentina, so that they could all meet Amy and she was digging through some old pictures and. Some old stuff in her room, and she picked up the picture. She would look, hand it to look, and I'm like, I know who that is. And it was Lynn, and she looked almost exactly the same.
Yeah, 2003. The photo was from 2003. She was there for 3 months. I was hanging out with a lot of the other Brazilian, Argentinian, Peruvian, Kenshusei, the Okinawans from a lot of the South American countries come to Okinawa on special programs. So, that's who I was friends with. And so I was hanging out, going karaoke and all this fun stuff. And so apparently, and yes, a bunch of them were from Argentina. And so unbeknownst to me, we had this big group picture, and Karo and I are in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Almost 20 years ago now. Don't say, okay, it's not 20 years. It's 17 years ago.
8 years old then.
Yeah, shush. Yeah. Shush. Oh man, but yeah, so it's good times. I think for those of you who aren't familiar, there's a lot of Okinawans in Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, and they have special programs in each of the towns and villages where they can go and do what they call kinshuse, or an internship for about 3 months. And some of them also, have Hawaii people in those internship programs as well. So it's a really great way to really build the Uchinanchu network around the world. Because I'm still in touch with a bunch of them, and that was, like I said, almost 20 years ago now. So,
staying in touch. That's how. That's how that Let's Sing Uchinaguchi, the animations came about. Is really
right.
The staying in touch, and so
cool, very cool. Okay, do you have another song for us?
Yeah, could I do one more?
Yeah, sure. One more. Why not?
Okay. All right. So this one also original song, and it actually there's more English in this one. So as a lot of you are probably familiar, at the end of almost any Okinawan event, especially happy Okinawan events, they have, we call it kachashi at the end, right? Party, wedding, birthday party, wedding party, baby party, shinenkai. Almost any happy occasion you can think of. Well, those of you that watched last week too, Kenten Sensei ended with kachashi. So this song is about that. It's not actually kachashi. And also wanted to mention that the word kachashi, it actually refers to the music. When you play the sanshin, you play when you play fast music on the sanshin, that is what kachashi is. And then when we dance to the kachashi, that is apparently called achame. So that, again, the dance is achame, the music is kachashi, but usually we just refer to the dance and the music as kachashi. But anyway, this song is called achame because it sings about that tradition of dancing at the end of a happy occasion. So an apple maybe later. So this is achame. And again, this is in English, so try to listen to the words. Should apply to a lot of us. How a lot of times at the end of the party, some people, when the music starts, that's when they get up. Oh, time to go home. But it's saying, hey, don't go home yet. Stick around for the kachashi and then some achame. There's a party about to begin. Can you feel it? Somebody starts to play the sanshin. Can you hear it? We got food, we got friends, we got family. Like Ichari Bacho Day. When it comes to the end, you better not go home yet. Let's not forget you got to move your feet to the syncopated beat of the kachashi. Yeah, hand from side to side. No need to be Haji Chi. You do the achame. Move your feet to the syncopated beat of the kachashi. Yeah, hand from side to side. And if you find yourself lost, just follow your grandma. Haya sensuru yuyana. Haya sensuru yuyana. Yeah. It don't matter the occasion, as long as the music plays on. When it starts, get out of your chair, you your body feels that rhythm and your hands go up in the air. All the shame on you should know what to do. You got to move your feet to the syncopated beat of Katashi. Yeah. Hand from side to side. No need to be Haji Chi. You know that I'm jumping. Move your feet to the syncopated beat of the Kachashi. Yeah, yeah. Hands from side to side. If you don't know what to do, maybe your grandmother can show you. Haya sensuru yana. Haya sensuru yana. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you find yourself saying that you don't know how, she was on Kyo. Don't even worry, you can learn right here and now. Soon you find yourself moving along with the beat. And you and I will sing together some hey she, yeah, hi-ya-sa-sa. Move your feet to the syncopated beat of the kachashi, yeah, yeah. Hands from side to side. No need to be Haji Chi. You know that I'm jumping. Move your feet to the syncopated beat of the kachashi, yeah, yeah. Hands from side to side. And if you find yourself lost, follow your grandma. Hurry your sensuru yana. So hurry your sensuru yana, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Very nice. I love that song.
Very Hawaii, Okinawa song right there. I love how you, and if you get lost, just follow your grandma. I like that one. Oh, that's great. Oh, that
I
was
don't know, Brendan. Look at some of the comments, man. I think Amy might have taken over the show here.
That's what everyone wants to see. Yeah. Oh, love it. Love it. Just so awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing your music, your history, your stories with us, and sharing your family with us.
And thank you, Karo, for working so hard. Continue to work so hard from home for HUOA stuff.
Yes, thank you, Karo. Okay. Well, that's a wrap for our second episode of HUOA's Yuntaku Live. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is such a wonderful way, I think, that we're learning new ways to bring our culture to people around the world too. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you very much, Brandon, for coming on the show and sharing your culture. Real quick, everybody, don't forget, in case you missed the first part of the show or any part of the show, the entire show, you can actually go back to the HUOA Facebook page and watch the entire thing. And it will also be uploading it on YouTube as well, too. So, yeah, so don't worry.
Yeah. So this is Lynn and DJ and Brandon Ng signing off on our second episode of HUOA's Yuntaku Live. Ippe ni he debitan.
Ippe ni he debiru. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, how does this go off?